giving the golf shoes that ruined my feet a second chance. Hello everybody, welcome back to Jordan Golf TV, where we are talking about all things golf. Today we're going to be talking about whether or not I was wrong. As you guys will know, if you are following the channel, last week or a bit over a week ago, I posted one of my most popularly or most viewed videos so far on YouTube. It was my review of the Air Jordan Air Revs, the latest technologically advanced golf shoe in the entire world, coming straight from Jordan brand. And in that review, I wasn't particularly complimentary. And I in fact made a small video, a short video, that's got picked up quite a bit in the algorithm. It's still getting a lot of views right now, where I was pretty much the same way inclined with my review, and that has drawn quite a lot of different comments. So I thought what I would do in order to be fair and balanced and curious is play another round in them to see if my attitude towards them changed. And yeah, that's what we're gonna do in this video. So let's get into it. Now, if you haven't seen that first review, I would recommend going and checking it out, because I think it's a pretty honest review. But just to bring those of you that may not be overly familiar with this shoe up to speed, this is the Air Jordan Air Rev. It's the latest golf shoe from Jordan brand. They feature some groundbreaking new technology using external air for the very first time, as well as their own patented Formula 23 foam technology. They have a flight lock system, they have the BOA disc lace system, they look a little bit like a space boot, and they are $270 or 230 pounds. The way the technology works is you have this flight lock system which has a strap integrated into it. On the trail foot, you have the Zoom Air foam situated inside a little pouch in the sidewall of the shoe. As you take the club back and your weight goes onto your trail foot, you're supposed to feel for the foam in the foot and sort of push off that foam as you generate this rotational velocity down through the ball into your follow through, where you land on your lead foot, which has the same system in the shoe, with the pouch containing the Formula 23 foam, a slightly different foam that's supposed to give you balance as you come through by pushing off of it. So you have almost like a gas pedal on the back foot and then a brake pedal on the lead foot with these different foams. They also integrate the BOA disc tightening lacing system. They have a custom one-piece traction / spike plate, and they have this just generally futuristic kind of look about them. Now, my criticism of these shoes was mainly on account of their comfort as a walking shoe. Bro, these have got to be the most uncomfy shoes I've worn for golf, like off the rip. I played 18 holes in these things last week, and honestly, after 9 holes, I wanted to take these things off and just play barefoot. In fact, I probably would have played barefoot on the back 9 if I wasn't playing at such a pucker club. And sometimes shoes be like that. You know, I'm a sneakerhead, I'm a sneaker reviewer, I buy, try out new sneakers almost every other day. So I know better than most that sometimes you and a sneaker aren't gonna get along on the first date. Sometimes it's gonna take 2, maybe even 3 dates to really figure out whether or not you like each other. And it was actually that thought that motivated me to make this video. And so, after playing another 18 holes in these, I can attest quite positively that second time around, these were way better to walk in. Way more comfortable, didn't feel the cramps. I guess first time I wore them, yeah, we just weren't vibing on that first occasion. So as a general walking shoe, I found these second time round to be comfortable. So if you were apprehensive about buying these because of my review on account of the comfort, just know that they might take some break-in time, but beyond that, they are fine. My next big criticism of the shoe was the technology, and whether or not it's just gimmickry or whether or not there is a performance benefit to be had from this foam Zoom Air technology. And whilst I do maintain that this technology didn't, at least to me on the course, yield any kind of performance benefit, I did think of a situation in which you could wear these and potentially extract a performance benefit. And it's using these at the driving range when you're practicing. If you're able to set yourself up with a bucket of balls, tighten up the air revs, and swing thinking about the gas pedal and the brake pedal, thinking about all of the things that these shoes have been designed to help you with in the swing, then you can probably get some performance benefit out of them as you're practicing. But I think on the course, because you've already got so many things to think about with your game, as well as the game within the game and all that type of stuff, stuff, you don't really want to be adding more clutter to the already cluttered mind space you have going on when you're playing golf by thinking about what you can feel in the foot at a certain part of the backswing versus on the lead foot on the follow through. Like, bro, I've got enough to think about. I was also a bit critical of these because of how they wore. In terms of like the creasing and the general shape deformity, these didn't really seem to have much integrity about them structurally. Like after one wear of these, they looked pretty rubbish. Obviously being a white colorway as well, they're going to be pretty easy to mess up. And although I found them pretty easy to scrub down and keep clean because of this material on the upper, these do crease easy, these do deform quickly, and over time, because they're bright whites, they are gonna look pretty crap. In terms of the quality of the materials, I still maintain that they don't have a premium feel about them. They have a performance feel about them for sure, but they don't have a particularly premium feel about them. The blue material on the strap, at least on the inside anyway, I could see starting to bleed into the white upper after a little bit of wetness, so there is also going to be a little bit of color bleed, albeit it might be under the straps. But yeah, I would just be conscious of cleaning these and then trying to dry these in the sun or something straight after, so you don't get any of that blue color seeping into the white. So the big takeaways from my second time wearing the Air Revs are the following. They weren't as uncomfortable the second time round. In terms of performance, I think you can get some performance benefits out of these on the range and then maybe eventually take that feeling onto the course, but as it stands, I wasn't really feeling any performance benefit from the presence of the Zoom Air and the foam. In terms of traction and stability, yeah, it is a good traction pattern on the outsole. They are good spikes, but obviously these are non-replaceable, they're integrated, so if one of your spikes snaps or breaks, then that's it, toast. In terms of the stability, yeah, really good stability, and if you're the person that really likes to be able to customize your security in the shoe, the disc is a good feature, but that same feature is a feature despised by people that just don't really like the look of the whole BOA system. And so would I recommend these? No, not for the price. I still think they are overpriced. 230 pounds or 270 bucks is a lot of money for a golf shoe. You could get 2 or 3 pairs of fine quality golf shoes for that type of money. And if you went used market, you could get heaps as well. So my main qualms with these shoes is that, yeah, they still are a little bit gimmicky in my opinion. Just the aesthetic, the strap, the foam, the disc, it's just, they're doing a little bit too much. But the big problem is the price. If these were priced like $100 less, I'd be okay with them. I'd think that they were pretty decent value for money with all of the technology, with all of the R&D, and with all that, you know, gym crackery. But as it stands, for 230 quid, 270 bucks, no way. These things are not worth it in my opinion. And so there we go. They're still bad, but they're not as bad as I had initially said. So I hope you guys enjoyed the follow-up review. If you were on the fence, I hope that clarifies some issues I had with the shoes, at least first time round. And if you are loving these, then absolutely fair play to you, man. I can understand how people would really like these. For me, nah, I'm not really vibing with them particularly, but I hope you enjoyed the review nonetheless. Anyway, I'll see you guys on the next video. Be sure to like it before you bounce. And take care. Peace out.